Yo, welcome to another episode of It's Up There Podcast. I am your active and attractive host, Big Loon, for another episode of the fastest growing podcast on the market right now. I want to thank everybody, man, for being here. It's an important time, man. It's an important time in history, the Great Divide. It's an important time for us as content creators. It's an important time for us as business owners, as black people, as men, as humans. It's just an important time all around for us to be in this position and be lucky enough to be alive at this time. I want to thank God. I want to thank y'all for being here. We got a lot I want to talk about today, man. I ain't spoke to y'all in a minute. I miss y'all. Let me start there. I miss y'all. Let's definitely start there. My Patreon people that's holding on over there, like, thank y'all so much as we've been rolling. We're going to get y'all served twice a month. No, we're going to get y'all served 4 extra times a month. That content won't go nowhere else. So y'all stay there. Definitely going to take good care of y'all. I appreciate y'all loving on me as I build this thing up. I'm no longer like, podcasts for me serve so many purposes. Therapy. It's a job for me. It's lucrative for me. It's information for me. And on top of it being informative for me, it's helping me evolve as just a human being. Like, podcasting for me has now became the catalyst of my growth. Picture that when I was headed on this journey, I never even knew you need a catalyst. I keep telling people, man, it's a thing, right? So you need to grow, but you need to know how to grow. It's a 2-step process. Knowing that you need to grow is step 1, but you also need to know how to grow. You hear old people say direction is more important than speed and certain things like that. And what they're trying to nail to the ground is you need to know how to grow. We take time out to iron our clothes. We take time out to take showers, take care of our personal hygiene. Some people wash their car once a week. Some people tie their shoes up so neat, man, you would think, man, this dude had to spend 25 minutes tying his shoes. You ask some of these people, what is the last book they read? When the last time they fed their soul? And the church tricked us to thinking good deeds is feeding your soul. And so sometimes we'll get money and do a lot of good deeds and forget to feed our soul and wonder how we wind up a bad person. See that formula? The church has tricked you that all you got to do is give, and that's enough to get you through the gates. We have to understand that personal development has to be top notch, top tier, top of priority. You got to put personal development on the A block of the agenda. A lot of you is holding personal development off for the tail end of the career. And when I say feed your soul, I mean you got to ask for direction, bro. As you break barriers, right? We all gonna smile when the camera cut on. We all gonna look around and say, I got this, family, because everybody's saying you got it. They telling you got it. But I'm talking about you better make sure you having it. So you got to feed your soul. You got to feed your mentality. You got to feed everything that's driving this vehicle that done became so important to everybody that's following you. I like to see the young that know this just come with the position. Like, people just on this just come with it. All my real homies, like people I know, everybody want to come to the show. Everybody want to fuck with me. Like, it's part of it. Like me, I'm still trying to figure out, like, because I'm come from, they'll stab you. But let me get back to what I was saying. You have to feed your soul. As you break barriers, you run into confusion. New levels, new devils, new standards, new requirements. You get so big that now your history serves no purpose, good or bad. And this is my message to the youngsters. I took the long route. I let the game pass me by. I never stole none. One of my homeboys had 5 bricks at my house. I might have $5,000 to my name. He was on the run. I let him I never did nothing flaw in my life. I've been placed in situations where I could have traded a little bit of that for a little furtherance of my family, homeboy. For the furtherance of my family, I could have traded this imaginary real shit that they put on me. But I decided not to. But I know that's the last of the dying breed. So many people are going the other way. And that's pressure that I haven't felt that people have felt and stood up under. And so I understand it. And more I get, more and more money I get. I say, I got to get more information. They running game up here. They running game up here. I'm loyal, man. I'm loyal, like. And in this industry, loyalty really don't get you much. Because people gonna say, I ain't asked you to be loyal. This is the trick bag. Nah, I ain't asked you. Nah, I ain't really tell you to come with no loyalty. I wasn't even looking for loyalty or none of that. I wasn't trying to. I interviewed that nigga that said, like, about you, like, I wasn't telling you to be loyal to me, though. I was just, like, it be some weird energy in this industry. And because I peep game, they say I'm running game. But those of you that really been around me know I don't do no running game on the people I love. I'm sitting around really trying to feed niggas information. I ain't the guy that's like asking nobody for nothing. I've never asked no guy for nothing. Now, I want to speak to the niggas, the ball players, anybody that's even trying to get out. If you got out, if you on the highest level, I want you to know, homie, you ain't the first one to get no money on. They've been doing this here for 100 years. And they made a business off passing the game down. So the game is in the books, homie. Now, hear me tell you this. I'm the guy, I got to carve out more time in my life and make it sexy for me to sit down and read more. Because consumption for me has to be done in a certain environment for it to really be effective. So I got to deal with the information in a Zen-like mode. But we got to learn how to feed our soul. We got to know that you can't blind man shuffle. You can't freestyle up here. It's too much at stake. And it's a lot of game they done passed down. We just got to go get it. Even with me, I know it's bad to trust people with this kind of money and information and business. Like, it's a lot for me to hand that over, right? And I act like I'm pitching me, but once I give it to somebody, I don't know that I'm really on them like I should be, seeing what's at stake. Because I still got a level of trust that I shouldn't have in this space, because I've seen it happen time and time again. And I'm hoping to touch somebody out there I'm trying to get you to understand, to go and get some information on that next level. Feed your soul. We grew up in a time where the preacher would come out and say, no matter if he sinned. He would tell me, I remember, and I give you this quick story, and I won't even give you that because I don't even want the preacher to look a certain way. But they would defend the dope boys because they knew that no matter what we was doing out there, we finna give something in the church, man. Like, that's how we trying to talk to God and repent some kind of way. Like, the church can depend on some of these dope boys. Like, I don't know where y'all from or how y'all come up, but in my neighborhood, some of these churches really running off the dope boys. They coming in there and they handing the church a certain amount of money every week. They been doing good. And so sometimes the preacher would defend the dope boy. So what I'm saying is, in the pulpit, there's been a lot of justification. So they'll justify, if you just give, they get you closer to God. If you just give, God will pour into you. I do believe in giving, and I also believe that if you don't feed your soul, you still gonna get lost. It's so easy to lose yourself on this road. It's so many people been down this road. Like, when I go to some of these big festivals and I see all these individuals like you, see, I'm by myself. I'm from the South. Like, Now I know where I'm at and I know what's going on. I know how to get you dig what I'm saying. The worst place you can be in is operating at a high level, making a lot of money and don't know what's going on. Is operating on that high level and not knowing what's dictating the movement. Not knowing what's moving and who's dictating what and what's happening. You just know it's moving fast. This is the tornado they put you in. Something else I picked up on along my journey that I'm noticing. When you really get rich, everybody stop fake balling. You know, all that fake balling they doing when they think you competition with them, like they holding strong over there, like, you dig what I'm saying? But boy, when you really get rich, you dig what I'm saying? Everybody stop fake balling. They come on out. Hey man, I got this business. Hey, I got this right here going on. Boy, I thought you were getting it. When we were both in the street, boy, you used to talk like you dig what you was a $5 billion nigga from the hip. Nigga, I'm thinking you pimping from the hips. Nigga, how you used to be talking. You see what I'm saying? Now I don't, okay. So that was part of it. I'm telling you, man, the further you go in life, the more information you get. You gotta keep your eyes open and you'll start learning stuff like, oh, that was a trick they ran on me. Up, that was a nut. Up, there's a nut. You know, I remember the talk game coming up in the neighborhood. Niggas had mean talk game. Nigga, they would scare me half to death with each other. Nigga, I'm gonna catch Loon, I'm gonna grab him, I'm gonna duck him down and hit him in the head with something and stomp him out. And I said, ooh. That's when I just heard he said, ooh. Damn, Lord, they the only people know how to stomp folk. God, then I figured out, oh man, them niggas ain't the only people know how to stomp. See, when you get you a stomp off or you catch you a nigga and fire on him, you say, well, we both know how to catch a nigga and fire on him. So when we catch each other, it's just gonna be a You feel what I'm saying? And it just take one bad move like that baseball dude. He come aggressive and he was trying to end it. He was intentional. He just couldn't connect. And little buddy come right around, boom, hit him and dropped him. Fights are like that. That's why you don't never need to be overly like you gonna just when I catch him, I'ma whoop his motherfucking ass. How you know that? When anything go down, nigga. And you don't really do no whole hell of a lot of moving and shit. You one of them stiff nigga. Man, please, a nigga gonna grab you, man, and do something to you, man. And then what they don't know is, see, from the South, if you come up under old niggas for real, man, like my uncle, they gonna tell you keep a knife. Y'all be thinking that, y'all see certain stuff and think it's a joke. That shit ain't no like, all of us like that in the South, bro. They taught us like that, man. We ducking white folks that even don't even want to see you. Like anything might happen at any moment, home. You dig what I'm saying? So we was raised like that. Yeah, but the minute you really, really get rich, everybody stop fake balling. Ain't no more I'm really having it, Nance, man. Can you help me get it? And that's part of the reason we don't work together, because when I look around, it seems like everybody got it. Till I really get it, then there ain't nobody got it. See, it's a trick. Now I don't trust none of you niggas, right? Because now I'm saying, damn, I thought everybody had it before I got it. Now I got it, and I see can't nobody get it. They done confused me the entire time. But money do that. See, it's power attached to money, so niggas find interest in trying to position themselves like they got more than you or just as much as you or what they think you got, because they damn sure ain't got no business knowing what you have. But what happens is they create this competition factor. I ain't gonna lie, even when I'm falling back and I'm traveling the world, right? And so all these budgets is involved because I'm a CEO. So that's payment attached to every piece of the business that I'm in, right? And so I'm moving around solo. So in small, I'm telling you, there's a lot of money that go back into the business. But boy, when I see one of them niggas show up and they got 22 niggas, it do got a certain feel to it. It say, oh, them boys big time. It's some big time niggas in the building. They moving like that, but I be moving like this. Because I'm really running a business, I just know the world watching. See, when you in the entertainment industry, or you a ball player, or you do anything as a public figure, you really just doing business with the world watching. There's a difference between a CEO and a celebrity. But there's also a difference between a businessman doing business with the world watching. But I just found that interesting. Then money taking isolate you, especially because when you come from the street and then you get legal money, you still a prisoner to the street though. You ain't really free. You like the elephant they talk about in that story where they say the elephant was tied up on a tree for so long they let him go and he still stuck by the tree. It's because what you're dealing with is you're still a prisoner of the street. So here I am, super legal, 100% legal, looking at life through a totally different lens, operating at a high level. But still some of those things that I've operated under, it still has hold of my mentality, which makes me a prisoner to the circumstances that I was in. It still affects my outlook right today. When I look at some of these streamers that's much more famous than me, or some of these people that's much more famous than me, and how they move around with such freedom, they don't even see the danger in the spots or in the certain areas. Like they're just wide open and it seems like they're enjoying life. And for me, it's like RoboCop, but I'm always scanning, just like on some what's going on here. Like, it's just I don't know, and I want to shake that, and so that's why I talk about it. Because coming from the street, dog, it's so hard on you, man. It's so mentally taxing. You know, people talk about people in the street, they look old quick. If you was really outside, man, you play some mental warfare that, man, very little people will experience. The mental warfare in the ghetto, man, especially when you operating at a high level and you have now took over the hood or took over your little section, or you running a little mini operation out here, man, that shit is taxing. Depending on where you fall at on that. And so they was always fake balling. But soon as you get rich, they'll stop that. And I always tell people the difference between the baller and the boss. And so the baller nigga had me fooled coming up. I said, oh, they balling. Them niggas, but they wasn't bosses. They ain't own nothing. And so as you get rich, it's going to expose that a lot of niggas you looked up to when you were younger. And then what you going to say to yourself is, oh, man, they ain't never done it. They got stuck somewhere. They doing good for themselves. I ain't downplaying them, but I'm telling you, little homie, the level you can take it, you can break through all that if you just stop that ceiling you looking at. And you ain't got to expose your homeboys. They going to tell you when you get enough money, they're going to cut that switch off. Hey, homie, I need your help, family. And that's your dog, lift him up. If it ain't, telling man, you tricked me when I was a young nigga. Hit him one time and then get him out of there. But it exposed to you, man, that it's easier to give orders than to do the work. The people that can give the orders won't give the orders for the people that's doing the work. And they know the miles that's in between knowing and doing. They know the miles between doing the work and calling the orders. It's easy to say, yo, cut all the cuss words out of every episode of 200 podcasts 3 hours long. Even me sometimes like, yo, it's easy to just tell my team, yo, I said 16,000. But now how they have to work that, they got to go back, look, what we'll do is sponsor it. They got to put a package together. That's where the work come in at. Now the idea and the execution is miles in between idea, execution. I'm the only nigga putting this kind of game down. Everybody else selling it to you in a course. I'm going to give it to you free and bag you in the corner and let you know I'm the truth. It's miles between idea and execution. And by experience being the father of wisdom, I tell you this. Idea and execution got to learn to travel together. The minute the idea slip out the car with the execution, the shit goes to shit. You got to figure out a way to make sure they stay in the Uber together. It's an Uber pool for idea and execution. It's an Uber pool for idea and execution. It's an Uber pool for idea and execution. They must travel together for the success to hit the point that you needed to go. And today I'm just talking to y'all about the things that I'm starting to notice. That when you get a real sack, like you get a real egg roll, real bank roll, like starting to notice what that does, and how people react to it. And oftentimes you hear them highlight how women react to the idea that a man has money. But if we being honest, a lot of the dudes have the same reaction. Like, if not worse. Because at least she has something to offer the dude. Right? If he's a heterosexual guy, at least he can find interest and find a place for her in his life. It's like soon you get some money, like also men, they say, yo, you wise, money. You handsome, like you can sing, you can play ball, you can dress, or you get some money, like, you dig? And even though I don't know, like it does something, like it's just something out there, it's something happening. And I think a lot of times we critical about women. I think that money does something to the human being. I think that when another human being, especially if they struggling, because not only have you cracked the code and figured out how to get out of that hellhole, you can possibly lift them up. And so the opportunity keeps them in a position where they have to stay in pocket and see what's going on. And this go for power too. Like I know, like even women, they respect power. They love a nigga that got some power, like powerful niggas. That's why my new thing is like, yo, the powerful guys is outside. You know what I mean? Because everybody be outside, but when the powerful guys slide through, it's a different vibration. It's like, all right, now the powerful people here now. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's a different texture, it's a different feeling. And so, as much as people try to pigeonhole the women and say, yo, the women act strange when she know a nigga got some paper, like she'll go for anything. She wouldn't let me do her like that. You dig what I'm saying? The human species connection to money, man, it just lends them to be placed right in the trick bag and just walk down the aisle to do something that leaves them compromised. And see, I try to disconnect. Like right now, I have zero connection to Jordans. I like them and shit. I'll buy them, but I don't have that connection where it's like, yo, I got 90,000 in shoes now. I don't got that connection. That glorified consumerism, it's a trick bag. They've 10x the price on them. They're only what they are because they part of us. We made them that. And when we can't benefit off the relationship as what we made them what they is, and you got some of our most prominent people that spends a good amount of their budget just fucking around with something that we made what it was. Nah, homie. And when I say we make it, let me be a little more clear, because sometimes they think I just talk about rap, and I think that does a disservice to the industries that black people have helped create. When we talk about the designs that you deal with, when you deal with Jordan or you deal with some of these Supreme, some of these logos, some of these brands, it ain't just the fact that we wham, we prepare them. And I think that when we don't speak about that, y'all will let it get lost in translation that we just the people that make them famous by way of spending on them. And I just think there's something to be said about what we also do on the other side. We're influential in these industries. Let's be clear about these cuts and these souls that you're looking at, some of these designs that you're looking at. Very seldom those ideas lay at the feet of the people that benefit the most off those companies, man. This is business, not bullshit. And so when we can't benefit from it, as I get older and as I get more information and as I get closer to what I see as being a complete man. Because if I'm being honest with y'all, they got me doing too much talking. But it's necessary for me to over-communicate. But don't take this for granted, because this won't be here long. We're going to move to bigger and better things. But I don't feel the connection. I remember just the other day, they had a video going viral about some dudes in the club. They pouring the bottles out. And you know the right thing to say on social media, man, them nigga dumb won't do shit like that. But if I'm being all the way 1,000 with you, you catch me in that element and you start acting like that, I'm gonna show you're a little boy. Like, I gotta be conscious not to do that. It's like the bravado kick in, bro. Don't think, listen, my nigga, the club scene, this environment has been here for 100 years, man. This is psychology at this point. They got the way it's crafted. This shit is down to a science, homie. They know how to invoke a certain emotion. They know, like, bring the lights over here when they spin. Yeah, baller, ball. They know that attention. Like, this shit is down to a science. And don't get me wrong, I fuck with the club. I want to decompress. I got to decompress. That's my environment. I love to go in there and spend some money, get in that environment and bless these ladies. But I want to bless people. I ain't so far gone and so far in these folk trick bag and in this maze to where I'm buying some shit they done 10x to pour on the ground. Y'all don't put me in the trick bag like this here. But again, if they hit the lights and it's some niggas, they say, yo, there's some such and such niggas over there doing that, man. Them niggas trying to show out. Say trying to do what? Hey, load us up, man. What these folks doing? Hey, shout it. Hey, get everywhere. Hey, shout it. Load us up. Bring us some more, girl. What they doing? Man, that little money them folk got, man. You know, the bravado kicks in. The bravado kicks in. And you go super slave. See what I'm saying? That bravado kick in, you go super consumer. Nigga, I'm buying some shit, pouring it on the ground. So I can't even put that on the strip club because we blessing human beings. See, when you look at the club and it look like that, sometimes you caught in that maze, you go to some of these establishments, you look around the club, it's a big crowd. But it ain't one human being in this motherfucker. Everybody in the maze. Everybody in the maze in this motherfucker. You know, when I go to the strip club, right, it's a service for a service. It's a fee for the service. It's a thing happening. And shawty, you get to live like, yeah. And if my business structure right, I'm operating as an LLC, and you dragging the wagon, you dig what I'm saying? We might be able to, yeah. But I've disconnected from being in the club doing that. At least I have from the outside. Again, once I'm in that element, me and my guys, and we done had a good month, nigga. We done raked up. One of the homeboys, he been running around, get $1 million a night on you, fuck nigga. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, we piped up around here feeling lovely. We ain't never went out bad about nothing. Man, what they talking about, man? You see? But it's a trick bag. But those memories, dog. Sometimes this money is for the memories, dog. Not that, though. Create real memories, little homie. Travel with your people. Go spend that money on traveling. Take you and your people over there and really turn up over there. You know, but again, sometimes you want to just go to the strip club. I cannot deny that. That's part of it. Sometimes you just want to, yo, I'm going to bless the girls. But boy, for y'all to have all niggas in here and now I'm spending, man, nah, man, I probably would have been in the, even if they caught me a little bit halfway through that, I'd have said, hey, hold up, man. Damn. At least I wish from the outside, this one I'm saying, I wish something in me click on like, yo, but I'm telling you also, like, that club environment, it'll put you in a trick bag. Like a lot of them niggas probably waking up the next day like, man, what the fuck was that? Nigga was pouring that shit out. But they feel like they stunning on a nigga. Sometimes stunting on a nigga is priceless, though. Let's keep it a brick. Sometimes stunting on one of these suckers is priceless. Coming through like, yeah, on one of these little boys is priceless. Sometimes these women know, nah, he really got it. Like, that be priceless if we really gonna keep it a brick, though. But dudes will try to act like that they, man, all you niggas buying everything. That's what we doing it for. If we being honest, somewhere down the road, that's on the list, man. The mama, the money, the kids, all that's on the list. Get some money. But somewhere down the line, y'all niggas counting me out, man, and I'm on you niggas' head. That's on the list somewhere, man. Niggas done turned me to a monster, man. They done turned my hustle up. That's on the list somewhere, man. Man, I done turned my hustle up. They done turned they hating down. Ever since I turned my hustle up, they turned they, man, that's on the list somewhere. And they got to respect the honorary. You dig what I'm saying? The honorable. Yeah, man, now we hustling, like, and they know that. You also get on this level and be like, yo, love is so hard to find. Women ain't hard to find. Puss ain't not. Just like the women be like, yo, they can get fucked, they can get some money out some nigga, but we talking about, right, somebody really like loving on you, like really caring about you, man. Like, it gets so hard to find when you get up on these levels, man. Sometimes it's self-inflicted because in your mind it's like, yo, man, they ain't gonna they playing on me. I don't work too hard to let anybody play on me. Like, it be self-inflicted. Sometimes people want to love you, but it's easy to love me now. It's easy loving on me now, though. You dig what I'm saying? Did I do everybody else wrong? It's easy to love me now. I done evolved and shit. I'm reading books. They got me speaking, and I'm no longer the little dude that was running around with that other shit. You dig? It's easy to love on me now. I never go back. I can't go back, so I'll never know. But boy, you love me, man. Damn. It's easy to be under me now. We know everything paid for. But man, there was some people under me when the bills were due. It was some people under me when the bills were past due. It was some people under me when we took a loss coming through the such and such and such, and it was thousands of like, it's been people around me and under me when I've been in the most unfortunate of circumstances, and no, I don't owe them anything, but I owe myself the justification. Why do I let the next person get close when it's easy now? And not to mention, I know when you plant the seed, it ain't much, and when the tree get big, it attract the wind. I know when the tree get big, it attract the wind. When you get up, it gonna attract the, yeah, I know how this work. We know how this moves and how they complement one another. It make it easy for one to attract the other. It's just a thing. And not to mention, on top of that, I'm also in a game where people from your past want to sow seeds of doubt. Whether that be ex-girlfriends, ex-associates. People from your past would love to create some sort of doubt in your mind that everything you involved with now at your height, at your very heightened level in your quest for something new in your life, is that all of that is dangerous and they don't love you and they don't care about you because they don't know you. And there is some truth in that, but they're playing on your paranoia. They're playing on your upbringing. They understand that you may not understand that you're damaged. And you're carrying something that you can't get rid of until you unpack it. And you don't know what to unpack it because nobody's familiar with the things that's in this bag right here. Everybody has a bag on, but this particular things, it's a certain class of people that got these things in their bag. And so when I come and talk to you about it, the disconnection is just so evident. It's so visible. And so how do I unpack some of these things? And where do I unpack them? Because even those that came from these things, the farther they go up, it seems like they're disconnecting from it. They forgot about the discovery process and what it takes and what it took and how to get out of something. They've been on for too long. They no longer remember. I've been lucky enough to document the process. So even if I'm disconnected 5 years from now, maybe they applaud me because of how connected I was as I traveled through it. And I spoke on it as I was going. Because I think the process change, again, allows for you to disconnect from some of what we've been through to get to that next level. They call it trauma. You must unpack it, but where and how? And who had to adjust? Does the therapist need to adjust their intake, or do I need to adjust my output? Do I need to learn how to explain this different, or do they need to understand what I'm trying to? It's just so many questions that we have, and then I'm unpacking some things to you that I don't even understand. It's layers upon layers of things of why I think the way I think and how it's people that I know care about me. It hurt it when I text them. It puts me in a bad situation. For some reason, when I text people that I know even care about me and I care about them, I just don't like to be vulnerable with people because people have hurt me so much. It's like, I'm really cool with certain people, but I be afraid to just put it all on the line because of what I've been through. And it's like, yo, I know I'll be all right by myself. Just stay by yourself. Have no expectations. Stay by yourself.
It's up there. It's up there. Ooh.